This post will be my technique and philosophy for handstands on the rings, and before you watch this video, just note, no, I did not freebase pre-workout before recording this, so sorry, I'm insane. I hope you enjoy. Alright, handstands on the rings. Got a lot of requests, let's learn how to do them. I'm going to teach you how to do it on higher rings and lower rings. I'm using the bar as a safety net, and I'm also going to show you how to use the straps as a safety net. Something to know, on the lower rings, I'm going to have less of a safety net up top, so you have to be very careful with your body angle. On the higher rings, I'm going to have too much of a safety net on top, so I'm not going to be able to go up into the full handstand. So that's something to know. It's also going to be much more difficult to lift up into the handstands and make my hips rise into the air on the high rings. So this is going to be easier to get into, but you're going to have much less of a safety net on the bar unless you find a much lower bar. So first things first, let's go over what the handstand looks like. This is a little different, and it's actually, once you understand how to work the technique of this, it's a bit easier, believe it or not, than parallettes or on the ground, because you can lean into the straps. So while the balance is more difficult, you do have the straps as like an assistance tool. So I'm gonna be here. First thing, straps, always vertical. I never want them in front of me or behind me. I want them perfectly plumb to the ground, perfectly straight and vertical. I'm going to keep the rings not turned out, but have them turned in so that the straps wrap around my arms and give me support and aid with me leaning forward. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to be here, keep my hips high in the air, come up onto ballet toes and lean into the rings, making sure they're still vertical. From there, I find where I'm weightless, I let my toes drag on the ground for a second before connecting my feet and start raising up in the air. From there, once I'm in the straight handstand, I can press up and my feet, notice they're stuck on the bar. That is my safety net. To reverse this now, I come down and I bring my legs down the same way with control. So that's how you're gonna do it on the low rings. Now obviously you're gonna need some progression first, so let's go over how to progress. It's pretty straightforward and simple. I mean, really it's gonna be tuck, then straddle or single leg depending on where your strength lies, and then the full pike. So the first thing to get though is really understand wrapping your straps. You do not just want to be straight down here, you want to go forward. Forward with the with your head and your shoulders will create counterweight and make it much easier for you to rise up. So this is what the progressions are going to look like. Try to mimic my movements because it'll make it a lot easier for you. So first will be the tuck. I enter the same way. I'm gonna get up on my toes, bend my elbows as little as possible until I'm on ballet toes. Now I'm gonna float and find weightlessness. From there, I just tuck and I pull my heels to my butt with pointed toes. This will be your first step. Come back down. That's gonna be the tuck version. Now, depending on where your strength lies in hip flexors, hamstrings, glutes, lower back, there's gonna be a lot of issues here. Maybe you don't have much flexibility in the straddle. Next will come either the single leg or the straddle. Just know, you are not going vertical in the single leg. You will not be going vertical. You'll be going off at a bit of an angle like this. If you go vertical, you're just gonna flip. So you know what, now before we're going over anything other than tuck, let's go over the reality of this. You're gonna need the straps as a safety net here. You're also gonna want the bar, because if you go too vertical, you just flip. So if I flip, I immediately grab the straps with my legs, or if I tuck, you gotta pull your chin in and tuck your head under very quickly so you don't hurt yourself. So this is what this is gonna look like. I'm gonna mess up on purpose here. So how to bail low. I come up here, and I'm going over the top and I go like that. That's how you're gonna wanna bail. Use the straps and tuck and roll and be safe. All right, so next up, let's go over the variations, single leg and then straddle. I'll do it like that. So first is the single. Again, enter into the tuck. Once you're in the tuck and you're floating here, just stick a leg up but kind of behind you. If you want to do the straddle, you're going to go out and then go into the straps. And just practice going in and off the straps. Okay? Because that's going to be difficult. At first, you're probably going to get stuck against the straps. That means if the straps weren't there, you would have just flipped. All right, once you're doing the pike, same thing applies. Just practice on lifting your hips and your legs with control so you don't flip over the top. I'm gonna raise the rings now. I'm gonna show you how I raise the rings, and we'll do high rings now. Let's learn a little something about the high rings, because it's different. Your hips are gonna weigh a lot, and it's gonna be very difficult to get your lower body in the air. So to adjust my rings, I'm using double circle fitness. All I do, sorry, I had to cut the video. There's a train going by. So first thing I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take my straps, and I'm gonna make them like this. Now they're gonna be equal. I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna hang it at a, let's go with a 2. I'm gonna fold around the strap like this, pull it up, and I'm ready to go. So first thing I'm gonna do, I undo the top strap, down, through, undo this strap, switch it up. This one goes through. I'm on a 2, so I go to a 2. All right, I pull this strap through, go around the back. Boom, a lot easier, better. All right, now understanding from the top. I probably should have done safety first, so I'm gonna show you how to bail. Before you try doing any handstands on high rings, you better have a rolling muscle up, because that's how you're gonna catch yourself. So if you mess up and the bar isn't here to stop you, this is what happens, okay? Boom, here, once I'm here, oh no. You need that. So make sure you're comfortable in dropping and catching yourself. Otherwise, you're gonna break your neck. No calisthenics for you, all right? Not gonna happen anymore. Don't break your neck. Yeah, good advice, ding dong. Yeah, because anyone wants to break their neck. All right, so anyway, let's go. You're gonna need the V-sit. Let's go, bro. Sorry, I get caught filming tutorials. I'm a weirdo. Okay, so here, I'm gonna come up, and I'm gonna come to the V-sit. Again, this is gonna be rings turned in. Okay, so I go V, here, and now I'm gonna lift. But if you just go down, notice how my butt goes down. So what I wanna do is, as my body's going backwards, to aid in the lift, I wanna simultaneously, I'm gonna synchronize the movement of my upper body so that my shoulders and head lower as my hips raise. So it's gonna look like this. So again, you don't come here and then go like that, because that'll just drop your hips. What I'm gonna do is I'm here, and then I go. See how that will lift my butt? I wanna make sure that my butt is always going upwards as my upper body's lowering. So again, this is something you should practice. Just be here and go like that. Like that. Practice these. These will help you with your rolling muscle ups. This will help you with all inversion skills. And then we're just gonna follow the exact same progression method. I'll go through it now, and then I'll finish off with the full one. And you'll notice I will not be able to go to a full lockout on high rings, because this bar will be where my legs would need to be in a full handstand. Don't worry about it. You're just learning. It's a learning tool. Who cares if it's full or not? Still looks cool. Whatever, cheat a little sometimes. So I'm here, adjust my straps. I'm gonna be here, I come up to the V. V, I lift my butt as I lower my upper body, tuck my knees, and I'm here. This is gonna be the tuck, single leg. Okay, now let's go straddle, out, and then I lift. Okay, and back down. Now let's go over the full version, because I'm getting tired and there's a lot of sweat in my eyes. All right, V-sit right up to the full. I'm gonna do this a little faster. Seriously getting tired. Here, and then up I go. Yeah, see, that was pretty bad. All right, I'm getting tired, barely did it there. But the point is, I was leaning into those straps, and that's what gave me the strength to fix and straighten my legs out. I failed pretty bad on that one. My legs started to drop. That's ugly. I delete that video. It doesn't matter. This is how you learn. Just know, be safe, and try these out. This might be completely jumbled and insane. Hope this helps. Maybe I shouldn't try to do this all in one take next time. Whatever. Last lesson, since nobody's watching anymore anyway. I always start all my videos with, all right, because I always want to act like I'm being like bothered by everything. And I think it's because I watch too many 80s action movies. So if there's anything that the 80s taught me is, if you want to be a hunk, you have to be annoyed by everything. All right, I'm losing my mind. I'm going to shut up now. Later, bye.